In this video we will be discussing my exit strategy for ICP, and where I think this thing can top this cycle. You see, I've always been neutral on ICP, sometimes a bit bullish, other times bearish, but overall I'm indifferent. I do think their aspirations from when they launched were a bit too ambitious and out of hand, but I do also have a lot of respect for the project given how they got absolutely wrecked in terms of price action because of this guy, leading to this horrendous chart as a result. But regardless, they stuck with it, and are trying to build something out of ICP instead of scratching the project and launching a new token, which would have been much easier. This neutrality I have on the project could however be considered quite rare. ICP is one of those select few crypto where it's usually one or the other. You either hate the crypto and its team, which many do, often fading them completely or getting turned off whenever it's mentioned, or you absolutely love ICP to the point where it's one of your biggest bags and you swear it should be in the same bracket as Solana. Hence I feel I'm in a great position to give answers on ICP this video that many typically won't. And one more thing on this duality of ICP, having this harsh contrast often breeds more bullish price action than not, which is something to take note of. For example, people may have cooled down their hate on Sol as of late, but you must remember during this vicious climb Sol had a lot of people quite angry and annoyed that this was the case. Could ICP find itself in a similar position? Maybe. And just so you know, we make this type of content often, so make sure you're subscribed, because if not, you're seriously missing out. We'll start with addressing market cap, but for that we'll need to determine the all-time high of ICP. I do believe it's a bit unfair to call this massive wick left on its first day its all-time high. It's very inorganic and would be quite obsolete to reference, also due to the disparity of where that wick went. On Coinbase it was 500, but on Binance it was 2800. But on the same note, the first daily close it has also varies, on Binance being 250, but on Coinbase being 311, on KuCoin being 350. You get the idea. For the sake of the argument, I'll say the all-time high of ICP is 300. This is around the cumulative average of all the major exchanges it was listed on that day. To which we ask, will ICP get to 300 again? Where the answer would be probably not. For ICP to touch 300 it'd need a market cap of around 140 billion. Which, you know what, that's not exactly too out of the question. It would obviously only be a non-zero probability. But if ICP can become the quote-unquote chain, it can happen. But we'll assume going forward we won't touch this number. But what do we get to instead? Well, its previous all-time high in market cap is 18 billion. So can ICP do about a 3x from here and smash that? I think it can. I think ICP can get to at least 20 billion, which in that case would be around $43 per ICP. Here's the other thing, perhaps the most important. That $43 level we just referred to comes in this zone here. To me, this zone between $35 up to around $60 is the most pivotal zone it has. First reason is this is where on the monthly many key horizontal support levels come in, so that within itself would have meant this is an important area to clear. Second reason, as we just stated, this is where our base case sort of market cap would translate to in terms of price. A 30 billion ICP means $65 per token, so anywhere within that 20 to 30 billion region means this zone here. I don't think that's a coincidence. The third reason is this is where on the monthly we have our only paramount hold levels come in. Remember, hold levels are liquidity pockets that price often gravitates toward for support or resistance. In this case we're looking at this green accumulation candle yet to be tested. If we mark the wick and close of the body of this thing, it'd be 37 and 42 bucks. Go down to the weekly and there's another two candles to mark out, this first again giving $44, and this one up here creating horizontal levels at 60 and 72 bucks. And if all that wasn't enough, there's yet one more thing to take note of. Recall, we can't entirely trust the all-time high wick of ICP, which in turn makes it hard to use fib retracement levels to find those golden ratios. However, if we use this much more reliable local top of 86 bucks along with our bottom of $2.80 made in September, we find the 382, 5, 618, and even 786 all once again come into that zone. With all this data and information, here is pretty much the only thing you need to know about ICP this cycle. Regardless of how much you love or hate it, regardless of how much you like the AI narrative or despise the token allocations of this thing and inflation, I'm telling you right now, literally none of that matters. The only thing that matters is this: when ICP gets to this zone, which yes, I'm saying right now it should get to this zone, what does it do after? Does it make it its top this cycle, which will likely be the case, or does it break through? Because make no mistake about it, if ICP can break this zone, it will get to $100-300 so fast you won't even be able to comprehend it. For me personally, I picked up some ICP recently on our dip. I screamed on Twitter to buy the dip. Make sure to be following me there. I'll leave a link to it in description. This purchase I made isn't with significant capital because frankly I have no more size to allocate. It's more so of a trade. But the plan remains the same. I wait for ICP to get to this zone where I know at the very least I lock in a 4x. And if it starts showing strength to the point of strong demand wicks coming in after initial resistance quick recovery push upwards, then I probably put in a stop loss at 30 and start preparing for this thing to make a true breakthrough. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Sign up to a crypto exchange with link in description for cheap fees and big bonuses. And I'll see you all next time.